Welcome to another episode of our exploration into podcasting made simple and smart with AI. Today we're diving into an incredibly transformative workflow brought to life by Dan Smigrod, the founder and managing editor of the We Get Around Network forum. Now, Dan isn't just any name in media, he's an innovator. He's cracked the code on creating quality podcasts in a fraction of the time it used to take. And trust me, it's not your typical just record and edit kind of deal. Dan presented this groundbreaking system at PodFest 2025, and let's just say, the audience left buzzing. You can download Dan's presentation at www.wgan.info/PodFest 2025. The centerpiece of his workflow? Google Notebook LM. It's this AI powerhouse that can handle everything. Researching, writing, voicing, producing. Honestly, it's like having your own digital assistant, but smarter and faster. It writes scripts for you, voices them, and get this, it even tweaks itself as per your instructions. So Dan demonstrated something pretty extraordinary. Imagine taking a press release, just any niche news release, and transforming that into a fully produced, professional-sounding podcast episode. And he doesn't stop there. He showed how this whole process can be kicked off, completed, and published in, you ready? Under 30 minutes. No microphone, no sound studio, no prior experience required. It's all driven by this streamlined, AI-enhanced workflow. And here's where it really gets interesting. This isn't just theory. Dan actually walked everyone through a real-world example in his PodFest session. You just grab the press release, say from a platform like Globe Newswire, plug it into Notebook LM, follow a few guided steps, and it's done. A polished podcast episode, ready to publish. The idea here isn't just about saving time, it's about making podcasting accessible for creators who thought the barrier to entry was too high. Maybe they didn't have the gear, the skills, or the hours to commit. With a workflow like this, those excuses disappear. By the end of Dan's demonstration, it was clear that we're entering a new era of podcasting. One where AI takes care of the technical heavy lifting, so creators can focus on storytelling and delivering value. The implications here, especially for niche podcasters looking to grow their influence and reach, are huge. And that's just the start. Next up, we're going to break down the tools powering this workflow, the nuts and bolts that make this magic happen, and that includes Google Notebook LM, Canva, and Podbean. All right, now let's get down to the nitty-gritty. This entire workflow hinges on a handful of tools, simple, accessible, and here's the best part. Many of them are free or super affordable. Starting with the star of the show, Google Notebook LM. This tool isn't just a script generator, it's like your very own content superhero. You paste in a press release, give it a little direction, and Notebook LM churns out a podcast-ready script as if it knows exactly what you need. Now, once you've got your script and audio from Notebook LM, you're going to need a thumbnail, right? That's where Canva steps in. Honestly, Canva makes it easy, whether you're creating a bold, eye-grabbing thumbnail or a custom video overlay. It's kind of perfect if you're not a designer. Plus, engaging a Fiverr Pro for templates is an option if you want a quicker start without spending much. Then there's Podbean, the unsung hero when it comes to publishing. This platform does the heavy lifting, syndicating your podcast across almost 20 apps, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music. Once you've uploaded your episode, your reach instantly scales, requiring almost zero extra effort. That's efficiency, right? And for technical stuff, like converting Notebook LM's WAV file to an MP3, tools like Cloud Convert are a lifesaver. Cloud Convert steps in for free, converting files quickly without any hassle. Oh, and I can't forget about ChatGPT. It's perfect for generating YouTube descriptions, tags, even polished summaries. Using tools like this? It's how you keep the process lean, especially for folks without a production background. Lastly, for branding links to resources or your episodes, there's Rebrandly. This gives you short, professional-looking links, something that sets you apart and makes your resources feel credible. The beauty here is that none of these require deep pockets. Google Notebook LM, Canva. Podbean, most offer free tiers or affordable plans. So instead of investing thousands up front, you can pick plans that match the scale of your podcast. In the end, this workflow isn't just streamlined, it's cost-efficient. And that means anyone, whether you're a hobbyist or a pro, can roll with it. and roll quickly. So let's take a step back and see what this all means for the broader landscape of podcasting. What Dan Smigrod has demonstrated is more than just a workflow. It's like a doorway to something new, an era where podcasting isn't just for the tech-savvy or the professionally trained anymore. It's open, accessible, and, most importantly, efficient. Consistency is the game changer here. AI-powered podcasting isn't just a shortcut. It helps you consistently create quality content, which, over time, boosts your SEO, your authority in your niche, and honestly, it makes managing content so much easier. You're not stuck scrambling to meet deadlines or, trying to come up with the next great idea out of thin air. The process itself becomes the structure you rely on. And then there's the marketing angle. Imagine sharing a perfectly crafted podcast, directly inspired by a potential client's media release, with that client. It's not just content creation, it's relationship building. You're initiating a conversation and showing, in a very practical way, the value you can bring to the table. It's subtle, but incredibly effective. But here's what really stood out to me about Dan's presentation at Podfest. It wasn't just about tools or specific steps, although yeah, those were impressive. It was really about the mindset, seeing podcasting not as some huge, daunting technical challenge, but as something anyone can and should explore. Whether you're generating your first episode or looking to scale your library, this workflow scales with you. Dan's live demo showed just how intuitive, how accessible this all is for creators at any level. From setting up NotebookLM to publishing on platforms like Podbean, it's all laid out like a recipe you can follow. And that's empowering. No fancy studio? No problem. No time for manual editing or voicing? AI has got it covered. So whether your aim is to dominate a niche, expand your audience, or just, share stories that matter to you, it's clear that this combination of AI tools can take you there faster, smarter, and more sustainably. That's the power of what we've explored today. And that's all for today. If this has sparked an idea, or even just curiosity, about using AI to revolutionize your podcasting journey, I hope you'll take that first step. Because like we talked about, there's nothing standing in the way now. Oh, and want to know what AI platform was used to create this podcast episode? Hint, it was not NotebookLM. Go to www.wgan.info/cream cheese. And reminder, for Dan's Podfest 2025 presentation slides, video examples, and workflow links, go to www.wgan.info/Podfest 2025. Thanks for tuning in, keep creating, and I'll see you next time on WGAN Forum Podcast.